yes, we've covered heading, paragraphs, lists, image. So you've got tables, forms, and links. Okay. So how I'm gonna do this is I'll show you what tables are. So I'm not gonna mess with this. I'm just gonna create another div. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I'll just try to be a little more organized. I don't know if I can call this, even if I can call it being organized, but I'm trying. Okay, so we can have a structure. I'll just call this, let's say image h1 p and div tags. Okay. Okay, so this is my little attempt to be organized, but it looks awful. I'll just no. Let's do it here. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so I will maybe then put a line here, yeah, just to kind of separate these guys so that there's no connection between them. We can kind of see that these are separate things. Okay, I'm sorry, this doesn't work for me. I actually don't really like it, but so sorry for wasting your time, but this is not a waste. We are learning, okay? We are learning always, so there's no waste. So yes, and the next thing is a form tag. Like I'll just jump into it. I mean, what we use a form for usually is for subscriptions. You know, when you want to subscribe to a site, you want to get information, or like like Facebook, you have to give your details and stuff like that, so you have to fill out a form. So that's basically what that is. And the form consists of this tag. You've got your class. Action means basically once you submit the form, then you will get feedback. Usually you would use PHP. So it's a server-side language, to give you feedback on whether or not it's been submitted successfully and all of that. But basically here it says index.html. So once you submit it, then it will open up this page. Maybe it will say yes, registration successful, something like that. And then the method is post. That's basically what you want to do, the type of form this is. Yes, it's meant to be posted. Yeah, so and then inside the forms you would have you would use input tags, like type text, name. The value is basically what would be inside the input. So the import type text, this is where you would yes, basically type text. I'll just show you now, just give you an example of what this would do. And then let's say you can have another one, but the type could be submit. Yeah, okay. So I will show you now what that would look like. Ooh, so that's what that would look like. Yeah. I'll say name. That would be, let's say, the name, and maybe surname, right? And then here this would be the submit button, right? So you say, hey, my name is Tabo, and my surname is Modise, and I would just say, yay, I would like to submit. And now it's been submitted. It called this page again because remember I say here it says index.html. What I could do is I could just use a hash. Basically, a hash means it's undefined, right? It doesn't call any particular page. Basically, what it does, it will just call the page that it's on itself, because there is no reference or source from which it can retrieve the information, or from which it can call a page. So there's no info there. But because I didn't create anything, this is why I'm using a hash. But I like to make things clear, so I'll just create, let's say I will call it form test.html. Okay, so this is form test.html, and in this form test I will do this. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, okay, that was not so smart. But anyway, I just kind of resaved this whole page again. No, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. I can just do this. I'll just write in here. I'll just have like a big h1 tag, and I'll say the form has been submitted successfully. Yeah, successfully. That's how you spell it, I hope. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yes, these things happen to the best of us people, so don't judge me. Sometimes I have to think about even the simplest of things. So yes, I see my name is Thabo Modise. Oh wait. First I have to do this in the form, then I have to then put in the address of so as I called it form test.html. So basically what it's going to do is going to call that page when I type in submit here. Not yet. Oh, okay. Okay, now I'm going to do it. Let's say Thabo Modise. And I'll say submit. Say yeah, the form has been submitted successfully. So it called that page that I created, and yes, it will then display the information on that page. So yeah, I hope that's clear, or you get the point. Okay, but this is a bit rough, so I will just say do this. I'll say h1 this is a form. And then now another thing is that because all of this is a bit like rough, usually like a form would look a lot better than this, in terms of just the styling, just how everything would look. It would be a lot more organized. Man, sometimes I make these silly mistakes. Yeah, okay. Once again, let's say display block, right? Now I want to display this input as a block. First of all, before I put it onto the other ones. Okay, fine, that kind of works. So I'll just copy that, put it there, copy that, put it there. Yes. Yeah, so this is pretty much like how a proper form would kind of look like. Yes, say here, I say margin, bottom, margin, bottom is, now let's just say 10 pixels. Just want to put a little distance between them, just a little bit. 5. Okay, just so that it's not so rough. And what I will also do is that I'll say, well, inside the form, I will add another, just to give it more of a, so that it's kind of recognizable as like a form. I'll just say background color, I'll make it, let's say, is there a light blue here? I'm not that sure. Oh yeah, there is a light blue. Okay, cool. Yeah. So now you've got that. Let's say the width is, let's say, about 40%. What I'm doing is that I don't want it to be that big. Okay, and I'm gonna just add some padding. You will understand all of this soon. So awesome. I just want it to look proper, so that you can recognize it as a form, But you don't have to worry about all this styling and all this stuff. This is not important at the moment. I just want to illustrate the point. Okay, so now we've just created a form. Okay, this is what a form looks like. You add in your information, my name, my surname. Maybe we can say, oh, okay, that's just not enough information. Wait, whoa, go back. That's not enough information. Maybe I would like to include my email too. Okay, so this is, yes, this, I'll do it like that, and I'll say add another input text type and blah blah blah. And so yeah, inside, then this is where I will type in my email address. Okay, it looks crappy because it does not have a style. Style is important, people. Style is important. In life you need style. Without style, then everything just goes to shit. Okay, well, excuse my language. I did not mean to say that. But stuff happens. And we say things that we don't mean. This is life. I mean, this is life, people, I mean, I'm being real here. This is a real person that is teaching you all this stuff. So yeah, this is what it's like in real life. In real life, you make mistakes. You say stuff that you're not supposed to say or that you don't really mean. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You just move on. Don't judge yourself. Don't be too hard. Life goes on. Okay, so now here we have a little card here, right, with dark magic. And here we have a form, and I think everything looks lovely. If I make it smaller, then this is what it looks like. Okay, the form, like, once again, I mean, this is petty stuff, really. It doesn't matter, but I could make it a lot smaller, like that, or maybe even smaller. I don't know, 5, not 50%, but 5%. Hopefully that's not too small. Oh, too small. Okay, let's make it 10. That should be fine. Yes, so now we've got a form, and we've got a dark magician on top of the form. How awesome is that? How often do these things come together? A magician and a form. So this is how you would create a form using the form tag and the input tag. Now the input tag is quite a diverse tag. You could have an input tag with color values. It could do many different things. So I'm not going to go into that. I mean, this is stuff that is a bit advanced. So what I want to do is just to give you the basic stuff that you will need to basically create a web page, right? And this is the stuff that it's all made of. It is made of these little guys right here. A div, like I said, you would use it like almost all the time. Image, this is what you would use for your pictures. For your articles, you would always have pictures. Pictures are awesome. They pictures worth 1,000 words. Then you would have either your heading, subheading, whatever, but each tags you will use in one form or the other. And then your paragraph, definitely an article is not an article without a sentence or a paragraph. So basically these are like the basic things that you would definitely always use, guaranteed. And so I will come to another one of our tags, which is